You're listening to Metal Attack MTL with Double D here on MetalMessiahRadio.com.
Right, welcome to Metal Attack MTL. I'm Double D, and I'm joined by a true Canadian guitar hero today, sitting next to Mr. Glen, formerly of, well, if you might have heard of him from his work in King Diamond, Megadeth, of course, Eidolon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so tonight you're here in Montreal to judge the Heavy MTL Battle of the Bands. You're going to help some group try to get their big break to play the stage at Heavy MTL this summer.
Right.
What I wanted to ask you was, let's go back to your early days. What was was there a moment in time where you had some sort of opportunity like this, where sort of set the got everything rolling for your career?
Not in this way. We kind of went down a different road. I think that the bands that me and Sean got involved with, mainly Eidolon, was the seed that was planted to get to the next level, which got me into King Diamond, which eventually led into us being into Megadeth. So that there's all kinds of different roads you can travel. That was the way that we went.
All right.
So, but there's all kinds of there's no rules,
Okay, well, Eidolon I have to say, was probably my favorite project of all your past works. And I just want to know, is there anything do you guys ever plan to, put any more material out with that group?
Not at this point, no. Sean's really busy doing his thing. I'm busy doing my thing. And I can't say never. At this point, I'm not seeing it.
Okay, so your first, I guess, big move was when you worked with King Diamond in 2000. How did that all come to be?
Basically, in the early 90s, I remember Sean, because they had gone through a lot of different member changes in the earlier part of the career of the band, and Sean said, "Man, you should do a video of yourself playing some different songs on a video and play a solo and send it to the booking agency, which at the time was in Denmark, and which I did, and I got in touch with King, and we remained friends for years. And then there was an opportunity that came up in the later 90s. He called me up, and that's when I joined the band.
Excellent. Okay, well, the band King Diamond, they're just recently announced that they're going back out on tour and getting some work done. I know that you only worked with the group on that one project. Was it the album in 2000?
Talking about House of God?
House of God. I'm sorry, okay. I don't have my notes with me here. Okay, well, yeah, you worked with them on House of God. So has there been any other times where they asked you to work with them, or did you just decide to leave on your own? I decided
to leave just because of personal issues with my family. It was time for me to leave. But then after that, it led to more Eidolon albums, and then led me joining into Megadeth. So
you left Megadeth basically for the same reason, for family stuff?
Well, no, not necessarily. There was part of that, but there was a lot of turmoil going on in the band while I was there, and it wasn't as much fun. See, the first couple of years in Megadeth, it was a lot of fun. It was very healthy atmosphere, but towards the end, it wasn't. And I think that kind of magnified the fact that I didn't want to be a part of that kind of destructive kind of atmosphere, and wanted to be at home with my family, and then stage the next plan of attack for the next project, whatever that may be.
So, well, you just put out an album just last year there, Metal Illusion. Yeah. Very progressive, jazzy-sounding album. It sounded like you did have some guest appearances on the album. Who did you work with on that?
Well, the guest guys on the album are Jeff Loomis, Vinnie Moore, Chris Poland played on it, Frederick from Opeth played on it, and Steve Smythe.
Now, I was listening to the album, and I heard one track towards the end, and one of my friends is a big fan of Frank Zappa, and he swears that this is a Frank Zappa song.
Yeah, Filthy Habits, of course, yeah.
But on the album, you have it listed as 2 separate tracks. Is there any particular reason for that, or?
We had to do that because of rights reasons. We wanted to do it as a medley. and we didn't get the rights for that. But if you listen to it, they're not separated in the way where when you listen to it, it doesn't stop and then start again. The IDs are changed.
Exactly, yeah. Sorry.
But if you listen to it like if you start at track 9, there's no gap between you get to 9 and 10 and to finish off the album.
Okay, so, well, what's next for Glen Drover at this point?
We're working on a new album right now. It should hopefully come out by the end of the year. But one thing that's coming out real soon is the live DVD that we did. We did a worldwide webcast at Metalworks back in September, and we just finished putting all that together. It looks really good, really excited about it, and that comes out in June. So that's the next thing that's going to come out before the next album.
Okay, and the last time you were out on the road was in 2010 when you replaced Alex Skolnick touring with Testament. Are there still people knocking at your door a lot, coming to Glen Drover asking, come join us, come do this?
Yeah, but it's got to be something that I would want to do, and which would make sense. I think Testament was definitely a good thing. It made sense. I'm glad I did it because they're all great people. They become family to me. So, but no, there's nothing else I've had offers, but I have to go with the ones that I feel it makes sense.
As far as that goes, do you ever plan on hitting the road, maybe with your own for your next album or anything like that?
I would like to. There's no concrete plans of doing that right now. All I'm doing is, it's initially a glorified hobby, this whole thing. It's a very self-indulgent fucking, a way of the way we approach this music. It has nothing to do with hitting any kind of markets. It's very musical, without worrying about anything else, but just staying true to our hearts. So we stick with that kind of formula. The next album will probably continue with that, and who knows? But as far as touring, man, it'd be great. But as far as any kind of opportunities at this point, there has been none. But who knows what tomorrow brings? We're just staying, with this particular project. We're sticking to our guns. We're going to move forward with that. It's something that we want to do. It's a challenge, and it's exciting. It's stuff that we've grown up with.
Awesome. Okay, one last question.
If two bands fought and Glen Drover was a child, what two bands would be the parents or artists? Let me try that.
You stumped me on that one. Totally stumped me on that one. I'm going to go with Bathory and Cryptic
Slaughter.
All right. Bathory, Cryptic Slaughter. And one, I forgot one more again. Tonight, as a judge, what are you going to be looking for on stage?
Pyro, smoke, chicks. No, I'm looking for just the camaraderie between the musicians. How they work together, individually. Song construction. How interesting the songs are. Just the whole package.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Mr. Drover.
You're listening to Metal Attack MTL with Double D here on MetalMessiahRadio.com.